Oh God, the coffee's too hot. I'm gonna start saying some stupid shit, and we're all gonna start choking. So that's probably for the best that we don't do that.
Well, if you're gonna start saying stupid shit, welcome to Real, everybody.
We're really gonna try it. We're gonna start there.
Why not?
We're gonna start after I do the I stand Yas Queen bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I do. I really do care.
Well, I feel like you said at day one when we were practice filming, you catch someone doing some dumb shit. That's when you start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I caught you doing some dumb shit, so we start. Is that not what?
No. You're look.
What you
it's still his month.
specifically instructed me to do?
It's his month.
Yeah.
It's his month.
He's still making calls.
Yeah. We changed locations.
Yeah, we did change locations.
You can see a trash can right there, and it's so dope.
Yeah. This is like 5 feet to the right of the normal location.
No. This isn't a new studio space.
That is also technically true.
Yeah, it's a new studio space. Very, very far away from the kitchen table that we were sitting at before.
Mm-hmm.
Like so far away.
Like the other side of town, basically.
It's in another state. Like completely different state.
Yeah.
It's like we were at a public school before,
Mhm.
and now we're at like a prep school.
Okay.
Okay, so Nikhil, what movie did you watch?
That was good. I
Yeah,
really liked
I
that. Today, the movie is Agent Cody Banks from 2003, starring Frankie Muniz and Hilary Duff.
Starring is a really strong word.
What would you use?
In. Just in.
They were in it. They were in this movie.
No, featured is
still too strong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It is the most convincing love story of the early 2000s.
that's fair.
It is a love story that can only end in like the fiercest divorce settlement between two individuals.
Well, I mean, they
Where,
weren't together in the sequel. So
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, someone tried to use the kid as like a bargaining tool in the settlement, and like the custody battle was insane.
they were like 16 years old.
Well, I mean,
By the time the sequel came out,
Yeah.
they just made their own decisions.
they got married.
Well,
They got divorced, you know. It was custody over like the fucking necklace or something. I don't know.
All these years she wore it, he never told her it was a tracking device.
Yeah, and he's
He found her cheating and then just killed
the
her.
the entire time. Frankie Muniz's character is like, I caught that bitch slipping. Oh my god! Okay, this movie was insane.
Yeah.
This movie was probably the best of the worst movies we've forced ourselves to watch.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
So I didn't force myself to watch this. I picked this because I had like really fond memories of this movie. Because I like how it does all of the like really formulaic stuff for like a spy movie or a Bond movie.
Yeah. So I guess we should go over a little bit of what the movie is about. So this movie is about how the United States intelligence community trains child soldiers to fight against French supervillains.
Well, it's more like child kung fu masters. He never used a gun or anything.
That's true.
No, he blew up the shit at the end though.
Not with a gun.
Not Sandra Bullock planted the bombs.
Did you just...
Oh God, I fucking hate you. Okay, you know what? No.
Think of the proposal. That's basically what she looked like this whole movie. The whole time I was convinced.
He doesn't know who that is.
No, we like before I did the whole like I stand thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about it and he didn't get it. That part's not going to be in the episode. They're not going to know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. The movie was a good time. I really enjoyed that. I was reminded that Nelly was a thing throughout the movie.
He was a thing.
I
The
missed
hot
whatever
in
that
here,
is.
the hot in here song.
Oh,
That's Nelly.
Got it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I had a couple of notes because this movie, like, this is a very, very serious movie that that required quite a bit of planning. So the first thing is this movie really solidified the fact that I don't want to have kids. It's not Frankie Muniz. It's not like the little brother being a shitter. It's literally that child in the beginning of the movie pulling on the fucking emergency brake. And I'm like, okay, first off.
Yeah. Oh, and throwing it in reverse.
Someone fucking call CPS.
No, he didn't. It was
No.
on an incline. He didn't throw it in reverse.
He
just
put it into
accidentally-
neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He shifted it into neutral. So first off, right? Like, someone call CPS. What are you doing? Keys in the car,
Yeah, that was weird.
right?
Yep.
Keys in the car.
And then when
Also, kid in the car, windows up. Come on.
the kid, when Cody tried to open he's like, oh hey, unlock the door. He was like, no.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Like watching him,
Yeah.
push the lockdown. Other thing, this movie was made in 2003. What the fuck are you doing driving like a 1980s like beat up piece of shit? You know what I mean? You can have the exact same sequence play out if she was in like a 98 Toyota. Why did it have to be that car?
I think what would have been even more time accurate if it was just one of those cars that just has the wood paneling on the sides. That
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been
That would've been-
perfect
One
for
of those
the era.
Subarus,
Yeah.
one of those Subaru Outbacks
Were those-
with
yeah,
one of those
yeah,
Subaru
yeah.
Outbacks with like the super gross wood paneling.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that gets me so hard,
Dude, that was the shit.
bro.
Well,
I
also,
can't
like,
get up right now.
I think I would.
If I get up, TOS.
You're bricked up.
Oh man, I'm so sledded out for those cars. The only thing that's even doper is like a PT Cruiser with flame decals.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we are talking.
Yeah. Okay, go on. What were you saying?
Fuck. You fucked me up with the PT Cruiser.
Yeah, no, dude, I can't think straight. All the blood goes down south.
Dude, you wrote shit down
Yeah.
so this wouldn't happen, and it happened.
Yeah, no, it like listen, when
Immediately.
I think of a PT Cruiser with flame decals, yeah, the blood is like the birds. It goes down south for the winter. The change of location.
What a fucking episode!
yeah,
this is
the
turning
change
out
of
to be
the change of
already.
location is it was really good for the creative juices.
Yeah.
Don't say juices after that. I don't want to fucking hear that shit right now.
Okay.
Like, dude, let's be really clear. When you discuss your erection, and then you say juices right after, no,
it gets everybody a
No.
little bit excited. I get it.
Yeah. Just don't. Please do not. Like, I want a minimum of one paragraph between discussing your hard on
Oh,
and the
man.
word juices.
See, this is the problem.
Well, the more
if
you talk
if I
about it-
didn't if I didn't forget my notebook at home, we would have had a really dope cold opening,
yeah.
and then we wouldn't be talking about penis juices right now.
This
okay.
man.
So you
took
admit
this,
we're talking about penis juices?
Yeah, I can openly admit to that that
Okay.
we were talking about penis juices.
Well,
okay,
I admire your honesty.
this is a podcast about Agent Cody Banks. It's a movie made in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
With they were on the call sheet to be on set, and their names were Frankie Muniz and Hilary Duff.
Yes.
Because seriously, if you use starring in this context, you're bastardizing the English language.
I mean, it is featuring, the world's most famous parking lot owner.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. Okay, hold up. What was the name of the CIA director? What is his like real name?
Keith David.
Okay, so I just enjoy the fact that like we're kind of full circling in this in the podcast, right? Because oh no, we didn't actually do that for like an actual episode.
Yeah, it was a test episode.
Yeah, but he was one of the main villains in
Kiss,
the Nice
Kiss,
Guys.
Bang, Bang. Oh wait, yeah.
He was-
No.
Kiss Bang. What the fuck?
It was in the
Yeah,
Nice
it was
Guys.
the Nice
It was
Guys.
the
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
Guys,
Oh God, he can't do this.
He doesn't have what it takes.
I already basically think that I perpetually live in a world where I have like 6 strokes a day. Okay, like I already don't remember so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
dude,
can't fuck
he
with me
made
like
that
You're
that.
talking a
fucking-
lot about a lot.
That fucking not Sandra Bullock comment.
Dude, tell me I'm wrong.
Dude, hanging out with him is like getting hit with a butt taser.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Okay, anyways,
Well,
let's
whatever you do, don't press that little silver button.
Yeah. Okay, so we can
Smart.
go ahead. We can go ahead and get into like the little things. So when there was the locker room scene, so it was oh God.
Most accurate portrayal I've seen in movies of like kids that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
Kind
went-
of surprised.
Okay, so the first thing is the initial interaction between Frankie Muniz's character and whoever that girl was in his class. You can't do
Oh,
that.
God.
Yeah.
You can't do. okay, one extremely accurate portrayal of like just really uncomfortable, awkward 15-year-old trying to talk to a girl for the first time. I think everybody that has ever attempted to, right, has done something like that. And then when you're close to 30, you think back to that at some point.
And then you jump off a bridge.
At like 11:30, and you jump off a bridge, but the bridge isn't high up enough. So then you broke your leg, and now you also have to live with the fact that you did that 14 years ago.
Okay.
But like she just looks at him and just goes, "Cody, are you in special ed?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, we can't do that anymore.
You know, they had to make a public apology about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when the movie was released for like VHS and DVD, they like, because it happens twice, where it happens there, and then Hilary Duff asks if she's in special ed.
Yeah.
So they had to issue an apology, right? And they said, we didn't mean to disparage like anyone who is special needs or is in special ed. The scene was demonstrated to illustrate how children can be cruel when interacting with each other. We will not be including jokes like that in the sequel. And that was it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sequel is like a black hole, and we just don't really want to think about it.
It's not very good. It's a lot worse than.
And that's saying something.
Wow. Okay. Dude, this movie was a masterpiece. Go fuck yourself.
Okay. This movie was absolutely robbed of a couple Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Was robbed of a couple Academy Awards.
Sure.
I hear one more thing out of you. You can go back to the old filming location.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll turn around.
You can. Hey. Different state.
You're on thin ice, bro.
We are this close to watching The Luck of the Irish again. This fucking close, Jesse. Don't fuck with me. I will wear your ass.
I know that. Okay, not sure about that one, but I know the threat before is a real threat.
You know, I got a cast iron.
Yeah. Okay. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. So then, you know, they do the whole him being an awkward little shit trying to talk to a girl, and then they go, oh, okay, you're now like you're on the basketball team. Why? Frankie Muniz is really short.
He's pretty short. Yeah.
He's pretty short, and they like specify that this is high school, right? He's not making the team, bro. He's not making the team.
Well, he's athletic. He's established to be athletic.
That is true. He did kung fu a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah. So like at like
he parkoured into
he's obviously not varsity or JV, right? Like
then this is the other thing. There were just an unrealistic number of boys in that locker room for all of them to be on the basketball team.
Maybe it's walk on.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
it was tryouts.
Yeah.
But I mean, they specified that he was already on the team.
Yeah.
You know? So this was like middle of the year. And then,
but that's what I'm saying. It's a walk-on team. All of those kids are allowed to be there.
No, but you can still only field like 15 players. Those are just the rules.
It was practice. No, it was during school. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Maybe those are gym uniforms.
No. He literally says,
I know,
when he gets home, hey, I got home from basketball practice.
Yeah.
So it was practice. So the whole team is there.
Yes, but it's still only going to be 15 players. That's just how many. There were like 80 kids in the fucking locker room, bro. Like, what are you saying?
Maybe it's a bunch of sports. Not all of them were wearing a thing.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Come on. Make that point. Fucking asshole.
But then he can't make the point. I look like shit, so you guys look better.
Anyways.
That's not why you look like shit.
And then Rizzoli from Rizzoli and Isles comes into the locker room, and they paid her enough money to stare at a young child and go, Mary had a little lamb. And then they... I don't know how she didn't just end it.
Yeah. That was...
I don't know how she didn't just end it. Because like, I also... It's a testament to both her and Frankie Muniz for being able to just keep a straight face and get through that entire scene.
That was like the 80th take, I bet.
Yeah, for sure.
Has to be.
Because like, someone being that like stone-faced and going, Mary had a little lamb, I can't.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like too with like if she did that to anyone in that locker room, they would have been able to finish the sentence. Like, I know she said the whole thing about this is what happens when you come up with activation codes in summer camp.
When she says that, he follows up with a different nursery rhyme.
Yeah, and then it was Peter.
Yeah, so
whatever,
it has to be, he has to follow up with the Peter Piper one, or she knows, like, oh, this isn't the right person.
Yeah,
right.
And then there was also there was one more after that.
You would never make it in a secret agency.
There was
definitely not.
There was another one after that.
Yeah, there were a couple.
But okay, so essentially, like, we've had fever dreams, or I call them high thoughts, where we believe that someone in our group of friends was the mole.
Yes.
And we were just like one code word away from like total Armageddon, and they would be activated. If our friend was activated by nursery rhymes, dope.
Yeah.
I am A-okay with giving up my life.
If this is how I have to go out, then it's worth it.
Oh, so like if someone gets through one fish, two fish, and one of our guys, like one of our friends gets up, like it says reporting for duty in Russian.
Yeah, no, like just imagine, right? We're all just hanging out, and then for like some reason, there's like a kids animation show, like commercial coming up on like a YouTube thing, right? And it's just like Old MacDonald had a farm, and then all of a sudden we're on the news because it's just a fucking massacre. I'd be like, yeah, if like my last words would be like, dope.
That's your death rattle.
Yeah, which goes directly into the next note here, was when the scientists go, we've got some dope toys that we think that you would be down with. I'm like, yeah, this reminds me of one of our homies.
That was harmful.
You both know which homie that I'm talking about. If you're watching this one, you know who you are.
Yeah.
That entire scene was
that was tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. And then like his assistant looked like he was 3 years older than Frankie Muniz.
But he was also like really
Definitely
hyped.
mid-20s.
He was really hyped about it. He was like, damn.
He was the most down of all.
He's like, that dude, like he was workshopping those phrases the entire day.
That's not even a scientist. That's his consultant for how to talk to kids.
That's just his fucking hype man. And like he brings him around everywhere in the lab. He's like, no, just put on the lab coat. They got to think you're official, bro. Like, what are you doing? If you come in here dressed the way that you do, you know, like you jive dogs normally do.
Oh, jive dogs. It's a good thing all those scientists were white. Otherwise, you can't say that shit.
Yeah. Holy shit. And that was...
Also, was the security guard from something else? Because I looked at him and was like, something about you makes me think that you were also like the bus driver in Sky High. Or something along those lines.
Yeah, that might be it.
That could be.
That might be it. I don't know.
Because something about him looked like maybe doofy or something.
Oh,
he was not doofy.
Oh God.
But something that like.
Oh my God. What if like Sky High and Agent Cody Banks exist in the same like cinematic universe, like the same continuity?
Well, isn't Sky High Disney?
I want to say that it is.
I think it's a Disney movie because this is a Fox.
Yeah, so like technically everything is in because Disney owns Fox.
Now it does.
Fox now. So like retroactively, this movie exists in the same timeline as Sky High.
Well, a few years ago, Frankie Muniz talked with Steve-O about like a spinoff. That was like
no shot.
That was more oriented towards adults. It was going to be about a washed-up Agent Cody Banks training a new generation of child soldiers.
God, he's going to have some blonde kid that's just going to run around being like, I'm going to be the next Bank Kage or some shit.
Bank Kage.
Oh, man.
The prep school kids.
I had fucking notes, and like this episode's already a mess.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, bring up the prep school. Thank you for the transition.
Yeah.
Bro, all of them in that opening shot looked old as fuck.
Yeah.
Like one of them had they did so well with the casting of like the first public high school. Mm-hmm. And then they just went, you know what happens? If you got money, you just look old as fuck now.
There were like the bullies that like were sort of recurring though. Those guys were like right in that age of like you look like a 16-year-old who's also like 28.
Yeah, it was that like anyone who had lines looked normal.
Yeah,
but
and
like
all of the
yeah.
background
And then it
characters
was
were
like,
47.
all right, we need extras and we do not give a shit.
Dude, no, like every single dude that was an extra looked like a divorced father.
Oh yeah. Dude, Steve Buscemi would have been a more convincing high schooler.
It's like, what is up, my kids? Like that. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
It's like once they get to it's like that first group, right? Like that first group that he interacts with. It's the one kid that basically looks like a Doug villain, and then like his friend right behind him. Those two looked the age.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, you guys are just like little
What's that
rich
guy's
shitters.
name? In Doug?
The Kookster.
It was Roger Klotz, his name.
Ah, okay. There was a character in Doug named Joey Cucamonga, right?
Roger Martin Klotz is the main antagonist. He is Doug.
It was like
Scoot?
Scoots or something. Scoots. I don't know. It was something.
That Joey Cucamonga, dead ass. That's a name I've heard before.
That's 100% a character in the show.
In Doug?
Unless this is another fucking like Mandela effect bullshit.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
Roger uses the expression Joey Cucamonga to
That's
express
what it was.
Oh.
Okay.
Expression.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's like
That's incredible.
That's his holy moly.
Yeah. Okay. So Roger Klotz in this movie and Roger Klotz 2, the guy that stands behind him, both of them look like 16-year-olds. But the rest of the people that surround him, I'm like, you should not be around children.
Yeah.
You look like the dude who graduated high school like 3 years ago that's trying to like walk past security and like, nah, it's good. I still go here. It's not creepy.
We should move on to the next talking point. I don't like this one, man.
Yeah. The movie moved really quickly. There's like them using governmental funds to like do
the
chores.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, so this is definitely getting into the part where I'm being a little bit too analytical of this. Motherfuckers just sprayed the dirty dishes with
car wash soap.
Yeah. And then didn't do anything
Hey,
else.
you missed a spot.
And then his parents come
and
in.
he just really spitefully just
Like
looks
looks still
at him.
while making eye
But then the
contact.
problem is his parents come in, all the dishes are put away. I'm like, they didn't wash them. They just sprayed that shit with like Dawn activated soap.
The transition to that scene though of like just like 3 lawnmowers in a row.
That was so good.
That was incredible. Okay,
But the thing is, right, it went against the natural grain of any lawn.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
it's like,
I was also the soundtrack was incredible.
oh yeah.
I love the soundtrack of this movie because of how fucking
It makes it
memey
a time
was.
capsule for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, the parents pull up, and then everybody's like, "Oh, go!" And then they're all filing out. And then it immediately cuts to the next day of school, where he has to fucking do driver's ed.
Oh, dude. Okay, that scene, right? When Frankie Muniz gets behind the wheel and does the wild shit, right? There's an episode of Malcolm in the Middle where Reese is doing his driver's ed exam.
Yeah.
Right, and he like ends up in a police chase and shit. And then while he at the end of the episode, he takes the police chase through a driver's ed course and does everything perfectly before getting arrested. And there's a Sum 41 song playing, right?
Oh,
and it
man.
sounds close enough to the song that was playing during that sequence where it was like core memory unlocked.
Okay, hold on. I am not going to allow you to shit on Sum 41 that hard, okay? Because what played in this scene was ska.
No, I know. I'm saying that like it was close, like the circumstances in their entirety, right?
Sure, but we cannot equate Sum 41 to ska. Like that's a hate crime.
I don't know who this band is.
Which one? Sum 41?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
If I wasn't so sledded out for the fucking
cut to commercial
No,
or something.
if I wasn't
play an ad.
hold on. If I wasn't so fucking sledded out for that PT Cruiser, I'd get up right now.
I don't know if Jesse's going to be in the next episode. I'm going to be honest.
No. Okay, so just PSA, we're looking for another, like a third person here. We're taking applications.
Qualifications must include.
You have to be free on Wednesday and Saturday nights.
Yep. Sometimes Fridays.
Sometimes Fridays, yeah.
Yep.
Must know who Sum 41 is, I guess.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
pretty important.
Yep.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about that, you uncultured swine, you motherfucker.
Bro,
Like, what
anybody
the hell?
that fucking grew up in the mid 2000s should know who Sum 41 is.
Did you have scarlet fever during a specific part of the 90s? Like, were you
the
deaf?
last human
I
being
don't
that
know
got
what
hit
that
with
means.
the dengue?
The what?
The dengue fever.
None of
I
this.
can't fucking
None of
deal with
this.
this.
I have no idea what
fucking
any
deal
of
with
this
this. No, we have to cut it.
Yeah,
I
okay.
want this. Okay, listen, I love this movie. I wanted to have a real discussion about this, but get me the fuck out. What the actual fuck are you doing letting a kid climb a ladder that high to hang up a banner? You go and you hire illegals.
So as they would say in
They're already the staff, though.
as they would say in
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense.
No, okay, so pitch meeting
Okay.
so that the movie can happen. So this is part of the reason why I picked this movie, like
Yeah.
as a thing that, like, oh, we have stuff to talk about. So the point is that, like, this makes fun of Bond movies a lot.
Yeah,
Right?
of course.
And it's also like, James Bond is like kind of like a womanizer, right? He can part of his whole thing to get close to where he needs to get close to is going through a woman.
Yeah.
And she'll turn out to be either like just a means to an end or a femme fatale or whatever.
Or the double cross.
Yeah, but Cody is like a 15-year-old boy who cannot say an entire word the first time to a woman.
He's literally like,
Yeah.
his dialogue before he realizes that he's actually like a trained super soldier is basically the Johnny Bravo humana bullshit.
Oh, exactly.
That's 100%
him. The U.S. government uses every dollar at their disposal.
Oh my God. Okay.
To get an
So-
elite team of consultants and experts.
So then, like right after he finally gets the invitation to the party, right? Like there's that whole training scene
Before that, like when he gets the invitation, that was probably the second smoothest line of like, you're like, oh, your third impression's pretty good. He's like, wait till my fourth or whatever. It's like,
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was like
he slowly realized that all he needs to do is write fan fiction in his head and he's fine. But like if he tries to be himself, he's gonna lose.
Well, no, that was the thing, right? It was like it was a nice message. It's like he just like calmed down.
No, the message is never be yourself. Write fan fiction. That's the only way that you'll succeed in this life. Yeah, 100%.
the worst.
Shout outs to Frankie
To high
Muniz.
schoolers, you can't say
Yeah,
that. To high
no.
schoolers
High school.
nowadays.
Any high schooler that's watching this show, stop. This is not for you. This is if your family's going through a divorce, there are many other shows that you can watch. This is not one of them. This is for your dad.
Every 10 episodes or so, we just need to reaffirm our stance on high schoolers and specifically children of divorce who watch this show.
Okay. Children of divorce. Listen, it is your fault. It 100% is your fault. But this show is for your dad, not you.
Movie.
No. The show.
Oh, the show.
Yeah.
Real
to
to
real.
real is for the divorcee fathers.
Real to real.
That's our
Real to real
demographic.
has a really strong stance about the injustices of divorce court in the United States of America. Okay, we're gonna go ahead.
all right, that was
we're just
actually
gonna,
a lot.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and move on. Then there's the fighting choreography scene. And
At
like
the party?
No.
Or-
At the like in their training facility. When it's him and Rizzoli.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the entire time you're like, yo, they did not try to hide these body doubles at all. Like they just didn't care. They were like, listen, the budget was already spent. We had $6.
Yeah, because of the CGI helicopter at the
Yeah,
end.
it's like we had $6, bro. We had $6 and we just needed to get this movie done. Just put someone in there to just start doing flips.
And then like the two guys who were always like in the back of the truck also being there, like, yeah, man, she fucking whooped our ass.
Yeah,
Two
one
grown
thing
men.
that got me is like there's like the fat guy, right?
Yeah.
Then there's like the other guy.
The buff black dude.
Yeah, but the thing is, the scene where you find out he's buff, he's fucking glistening.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Who is this for?
Yeah, it's like this is a kids movie, but
Yeah.
you had to have something for the moms.
Yeah, exactly. Some fucking
because-
exec was like, let's throw in something for the moms that took their kids.
All that scene happens, and then I don't even remember what happens after that. I just remember it like torpedoes to the CAA director just screaming about how like they could not get this fucker to talk to a girl.
Yeah.
Right. And then they spent billions of taxpayer dollars to try to teach this kid how to talk to a woman.
Including, okay, hold on. I was going to just jump to like the holographic girl who, like, when you go back and think like, no, they had to have a real actress just like caress the dude's face and then make it look like she was a hologram. But before that, the fucking blonde lady who's just like,
Be a
just
hyena.
talk to girls, yeah.
Be a hyena.
Make her laugh.
Be a hyena.
Yeah, that shit was fucking terrifying.
The most incredible thing was the drill sergeant.
That's supposed to be
the
Q.
drill sergeant.
Yeah, the character that's supposed to be like Q, right?
Yeah.
Pulls the boobs off of the thing.
Yeah,
That was
insane.
crazy.
The entire like quick cut montage of everybody just screaming at this poor 16-year-old boy, like, you just gotta get the fucking
and like them
balls.
They start having like an altercation.
Yeah, and like it just, and then like they bring the hologram up, right? And it's the same dude that was like talking jive to him in the beginning with like the things that you're down with. He's like, we should have started on an easier level for him. I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. And like him being the one that's just like you said, Nikhil, like pulling the boob off of like the mannequins. And as he's doing, he's like, these will make you think that God's design was amazing. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, it's like, you know how like Disney animated movies leave like little things in there, or like overall like the story is enjoyable for like the adults. This one, they were just like, there's no way we're fixing the story for the the parents. Like, we just got to throw some shit in there for them to be like,
it's like,
we get that.
Dude, you know who would be the best elite team to get Frankie Muniz to talk to a girl? A dozen people who have never once in their life come. Especially the hyena woman.
Like, every different kind of outcome,
dude.
To like get to that age
that
in
girl
life
is pent up.
Yeah. Oh man,
and that dude's like, in the military for reasons.
Every single dude is practicing semen retention in that room. Every fucker in there was practicing semen retention. It was incredible.
They're one more day of nofap away from having psychic powers.
Yeah. Oh man, they were all about to be the main character in Scarlett Johansson's movie Lucy.
No,
they were all prep kids, and they all practiced abstinence, and that is all.
Oh
man, isn't that like Limitless, but somehow more unhinged and unrealistic?
Yeah. Oh, she ends up becoming like a supercomputer because like she just took too many drugs. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and just skip right on
power through it.
Okay, because we've been dilly-dallying a little bit too much, right? Okay, so he gets invited to the party, and she goes, "It's a Vegas theme." First off, you're fucking 16. What do you know about Vegas?
Yeah.
And if you know about Vegas, how? Bad parents.
Yeah.
Child of divorce.
She only has a dad.
Yeah. And like this movie again, I'm sold on the idea that this movie was specifically made by a divorced dad for divorced dads. Because of like the X-ray glasses.
Oh, yeah. And the two adult agents in the van being really excited about him.
Yeah. I'm like,
that was weird.
Again, semen retention. Like that is a part of being in the CIA.
When he first got him too.
You have to be like Mormon.
I thought it was funny that his like super glasses, his super spy glasses have parental controls.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Which means that the child soldier program had to been going on for like a really
long enough time where the handler has to go like, we know that this is just gonna happen.
It was the first thing he did with him.
And then he goes, and then I'm 16.
Dude, his phone was a fucking like sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was incredible.
That was
the best.
Oh my God.
That was one of the best. Like,
yeah.
Do you remember the Sidekick?
No,
they were like the thing that you used.
He had a brick iPod.
Yeah,
that was tight.
God, it was so dope.
Yeah, that was a delightful.
But okay, so like the whole thing is like, oh, it's Vegas themed, right? Mm-hmm. And then everybody it's just a fucking black tie event. I'm like, that's not Vegas. But then there's
the gambling table.
Yes, but that's not what Vegas looks like.
Yeah.
Where are all of the fucking hookers? Where are the hooker trading cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Someone already came by with the broom. The CIA. It was the CIA deep clean team.
Yeah, like come on. This is you need it. They all need to be there.
Okay, the funniest part of the birthday party sequence, right, is fucking Francois, right, doing the obligatory like Bond gambling versus like the bad guy. Yeah, and then the guy like takes the money back and he's angry, and Frankie Muniz is like, it's not real money. Relax.
It's fucking play money.
Yeah, it's like, this is a birthday party.
All of the kids are looking at Francois like, bro, you're killing feeling the vibes right now. Like, get the fuck out of here, Grandpa.
Dude, I thought that shit was hilarious. Like, a good way to execute that part.
He was just like, it's play money.
Yeah. It was like, dude, this is better than the actual Casino Royale.
Yeah. And then
I could have sworn like the color of the chips like changed too. When he put them down, they were like one thing.
Did.
Yeah,
When
they
he picked them up,
definitely did.
they
There
were
was no
all just
continuity.
purple.
There was no continuity.
There's no way that was a continuous take.
I think what happened was like after I realized it's because he started doing like there was a scene when he put the necklace on her, but like it's
turquoise
the
is
worst.
my favorite color.
I know. And then he goes,
face to face. I know.
Yeah, and he just goes like, "Shut the fuck up." Yeah. I'm like, that is the most demonic shit. If I am in the position of Hilary Duff's character, right? Mm-hmm. This dude that like I'm, putting my feelers out, trying to figure out if there's anything here, starts fucking yelling to himself. I'm like, he is going to wear my asshole.
All right, dude. Counterpoint.
It was 2003. It was a different time.
Counterpoint, right? She's like a preppy 16-year-old girl, right? She's obviously thinking I can fix him.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
With like insane daddy issues because the first conversation that she has with him is just
talking
like
her dad. Yeah,
it's like he's always just gone doing sciencey things. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
And the second thing, right? All right, so put yourself in Frankie Muniz's shoes.
Yeah.
Right? You can barely communicate with a woman.
Yeah.
Things are starting to work out, right? You did it on your own. The billions of dollars they invested in you being able to talk to a woman
it's like
amounted to nothing, but somehow the stars aligned.
It's like the ROI is starting to the ROI is starting to fucking skyrocket.
Yeah,
here.
And of all of the women it could be, it's fucking Hilary Duff. Right? It's goddamn Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
Everything is going really well. All of a sudden, some motherfucker has the audacity to backseat you.
Yeah, it's just the entire time. You're just like, listen.
Your head is going to rotate 360 degrees.
No, don't do that. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would start freaking out too. But I like blacked out.
Your voice is going to drop 5 octaves and you're going to start belching fire. Don't even start with me.
Yeah,
if someone did that to me, I would not have as restrained of a reaction as him.
Fair enough, but I definitely blacked out after that point because I just read I hate this movie, and then there's no notes after that. There's no notes about that. There's no notes about the fight choreography.
Was the grappling hook for the fucking?
It's like
do scene.
I'm like, one, you're wearing a fucking tuxedo, but you're also wearing like Walmart gym shoes that have detachable bottoms. Like none of this
suction cups.
It's like none of this shit makes sense. I just want to leave right now. Can we just get to the next part of the movie? Mm-hmm. And we did because the next note on my notebook is them's was cast iron though. Because after the whole thing happened, they didn't even really like go into why they kind of just removed Frankie Muniz from the case.
Because the school paper was like, he does kung fu. It was definitely the CIA. Because we know for reasons.
Yeah, and I'm just like, the person that was taking the pictures for the school newspaper was also a 48-year-old man with a fucking camera at a kid's birthday party. Yep. Why is he not being investigated?
Because he's a student.
Maybe they took care of it later.
Yeah, maybe that was just a side plot.
It's like, I thought, hey, that's a really good. That's
good a Skyrim. This is 100% a Skyrim side plot.
Oh yeah,
it's just that dude, right?
He submits the photo to Jay Jonah, right? It's like, oh, that's really good. Hey, why don't you wait in the office while we draft the headline?
Simmons
right?
just comes in and is just like, that's the scoop, Parker.
Yeah, and so he has him wait in the other room, and then fucking Chris Hansen walks in.
Oh god, yeah.
No, because I thought it was like national news, and then Sandra Bullock's just like school newspaper. I was like, you guys are the school newspaper. Yeah, this is too much.
It's this is the point where you're like, oh, you've been your cover has been blown. I'm like, he just fought against 4 16-year-olds.
Yeah,
he and flipped them into pools. He almost like whole ass broke the last dude's arm. I thought he was going to, and I was like, this is gonna be sick.
Yeah, I mean, like, you saw it in his face. Man's went Joey Cucamonga right before he hit the pool. Right before he hit the pool. That is when
I can't believe, of all of the things that you've remembered from the show, Doug, you remembered not a name of a bully,
but an expression.
But an expression that a bully said, I think, once.
Oh, no, I'm sure it was more than once.
Maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
amazing.
Because there haven't been very many times where he felt the need. He was so surprised that he felt the need to say Joey Cucamonga.
That's fair enough. But yeah, so he gets taken off the case, and then like they're basically just telling him like you cannot have contact with her anymore.
And
like,
then she shows up at his house.
Which one? How did she get the address?
Yeah. That one's weird.
School directory.
Also, again,
she is also a member of the CIA. That is the only reason why she would have, because you would think, right? Like he is a CIA operative. They would probably put a fake address.
So
you would think.
He used his real name, right?
Sure.
His last name is
The
Banks.
Yellow Pages. You're
Pages,
right. Yeah.
It was 2003.
Okay.
It was that easy.
For all of the children of divorce that are watching this show, the Yellow Pages.
There used to be this big book.
Yeah.
That had everyone's phone number and address in it.
So thick that
everyone was remarkably okay with this book existing.
Yeah, it's so thick that it overpowered like the Bible. Like that's how thick it was.
You could beat someone to death with the Yellow Pages, I think.
They've shown that if you interlock the pages of the Yellow Pages and you try to pull it apart, it's just not happening. Like if you tape everything together, the friction is just too strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she shows up, and then like the dad, like Frankie Muniz's dad, is also like, "Yo, my son isn't like my son can talk to people."
Well, no, you could tell that there's like, oh, he's his father's son, because she walks by and he just, that was a girl.
Well, he does that too when what's her face comes over and says that she's the dean of admissions.
Yeah,
okay, but
he
like,
makes a mouth noise.
I mean, okay, but the reality is like he was staring at her tits.
Yeah,
right?
And his wife is hitting him with the fattest bruh.
But like his wife,
no, but
also,
she gets it.
His wife looked at Ronica and was just like, "Oh,
listen, I get it. You get this one too, because I'm kind of doing it at the same time."
No. I get it.
Yeah,
like it's fine.
It was one of understanding.
Yeah, it's like, but because she knew that she had a better shot with her.
Yeah,
yeah.
But then, like,
she's like, "Bro, I pumped out 2 of your kids. I know you don't have game."
But then in this scene, I don't know what it was. I couldn't tell if it was something that happened in every other interaction that the mom had in this movie up to this point. But in this scene, like before she like goes to check on him in bed and everything, I was like, hold on, does his mom even like open her mouth when she talks? Because there's like no amount of emoting or enthusiasm or anything. He's like,
these parents were like
worse than the ones.
They're like literally
the Irish.
How dare you? Implying that the parents and the luck of the Irish were anything other than perfect. Yeah,
you can't. I'm about to do it. I'm about to make him watch it again. I'm gonna figure out a way.
Yeah,
we're watching this again within the next 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't fucking test me, bro.
Dude, we should fucking Groundhog Day him.
Oh God, it's just every single week is just Luck of the Irish again. He'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna watch this movie, but me and you watch Luck of the Irish again."
I would actually finally watch an episode just so we say the same things.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, this is so good. Yeah. But so she like shows up at his house. They go on like this weird date. And then the entire time she's like,
I can't believe you also like pistachio ice cream.
Okay, first off, pistachio ice cream is fucking delicious. If you don't like pistachio ice cream, like something's wrong with you. Like if someone goes,
it's a safety flavor.
Yeah, it's like you're never going to go. It's never going to taste terrible, no matter how bad the ice cream is. Right. Yeah. So there's no point where if someone goes, yeah, I'll have the pistachio, that you should have that like. Oh my God, we're like the same. We're like the same astrology sign,
oh,
right?
God.
Something Mars rising or some bullshit, right? Like
Mars rising sounds metal as fuck, though.
I know. Maybe that's what
such
the name
a great Mila Kunis movie.
Oh yikes!
I know.
Fucking yikes! Fucking
that's
yikes.
not the issue.
Oh God. Okay.
First of all,
I've never seen it. Don't worry.
You said Mila Kunis. All right.
When you were looking at me,
he said Mila Kunis.
It's Mila.
Sorry.
Mila Kunis. Yeah.
Sorry.
She's Slavic. It's Mila.
Extremely.
So of course, he's gonna know how it's pronounced.
Yo, chill.
Okay.
Chill.
Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, I'll let it go. That was
man.
Oh God.
That one went down
Dude,
like heavy water.
He killed you.
He did.
Yeah, as you requested earlier.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh my God.
The soul left my body.
Some of you don't understand why that's funny, and that's okay. Don't worry.
don't worry.
It.
Talked about it on
like
this
I've
show.
said, like I've said, Show for Divorced. Listen, we'll start releasing the post pod, right? The post pod is truly the part for like the divorced parent.
Oh yeah,
right.
100%. That's all going to be on Patreon eventually.
Eventually, we'll start
Someday.
Patreon soon because there's no shot that we're ever gonna have sponsors.
Oh yeah,
Blue Chew, hit us up. I
We-
swear to
we
God,
will.
I will pop 6 of them before every episode.
you thought he talked a lot about PP juice today.
Yeah, yeah. I will pop 6 Blue Chew every single episode.
I guess that would make your dick bigger permanently, probably.
Probably.
With all the blood.
Yeah, I'd probably die.
Yeah.
Dude, that with the death wish. Oh my
you
God.
have
My
like-
heart would pop.
Your dick would be like a Tom and Jerry head lump at that point. I'd have to go get a hammer and tap it back to normal.
That's crazy. Oh man. We were talking about cast iron pans.
You were this close to talking about the pans.
That's,
You were
that's
right-
why you went
were
to
right
Tom and
there.
Jerry.
Yeah. If I took 6 Blue Chews before every single episode, my dick would make the same noises against cast iron as those dudes' heads did.
With the fucking the big drum. The big drum
it's
noise.
motherfucking thunk. Like I'm like, that's not how cast iron sounds.
No.
You are not swinging cast iron pans around like that.
Yeah.
Now with his arms, you're
like,
not.
And then it was like, once they got hit once, I was like, all right, they're out for the count. Like he does.
Yeah.
They're not getting back up.
Anybody that has ever used a cast iron pan knows.
Yeah.
Like, if you get smacked across the face with one of those things,
You are out.
You have CTE. Within the next 20 years, you're gonna kill your family. Like, that's what's happening when you get hit with one of those things.
Cast iron is what puts you in special ed.
Wait, I don't think we can actually say that.
Yeah,
we might have to cut that. We're not cutting that. Fuck your career.
I'll email both of you the apology word for word.
Yeah. It'll be fine. And then like he puts up a pretty good effort fighting off like all these grown men, which like I feel like at the end of the day too, right? It took like 9 of them to take down this scrawny motherfucker, right?
And then it was just the dude from The Mummy just hitting him with a random uppercut.
Yeah, okay. So
And
this is
waking up in the CIA van.
If you didn't know he was in The Mummy, I would have killed you on camera.
Okay, so this is the
haven't seen
thing,
it.
right? This is the
What did you say?
I have not seen it.
You haven't seen The Mummy?
Nope.
So next
that might
week,
be fine. That might be fine.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's
then
not that bad.
at least we'll have like an actual fun good movie that we
Yeah,
can watch as
sure.
instead of it just being like punishment, right? Like
Yeah.
this is divine retribution.
I'm
for,
going to
like-
gaslight him into watching the Tom Cruise Mummy, though.
No, wait, hold on. No, we
I was
can't
gonna
do
say.
that. Hold on.
I know
Can we
there's
do the thing where like we say we're gonna watch the Tom Cruise
And
one
then we
for the
both
show?
watch the real one.
Yeah, we watched the one with not Nathan Fillion, Brendan Fraser,
yeah.
and then he
watches
commits
the,
to it, and
the
he
first
watches
movie
both
in
of
the-
them because
in
he
the dark
knows what we're
cinematic
doing.
universe or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember they tried to start a cinematic universe with that movie?
with the Mummy. Yeah, and then they realize like Tom Cruise is 67 and like he can't do this anymore. Like his back don't work.
He did Top Gun too like a year ago.
And he's sitting the whole time.
Yeah, he basically is now just skinny Steven Seagal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. He fights off a bunch of people, and then like it takes 9 of them to like knock out this motherfucker, right? And they don't take him. Which I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's
That
what
shit
made
does-
zero
I'm
sense
like,
to me.
This
He wakes
this
up in the
kid-
CIA van.
This kid, right? This 16-year-old boy trounced all of your henchmen that you sent at him, and it took a surprise sucker punch for you to like down him, right?
Yeah.
And you just let him go.
Not even let him go. You just left him there like, take that.
Yeah, he's like, I knocked you out,
What
and
if-
I'm 6 times your age.
What if the punishment was like, right? Like, so the logic.
It's the embarrassment.
yeah, the
He's
embar-
like, aha,
well,
you got
it's the
knocked out.
embarrassment, and also like, what if they're like really aware of like the consequences of things? So the like Francois is like, if I knock you out and take you, then you're trapped in our base, and we can make
because
nanites eat you. But if I leave you here, you'll be grounded, and that'll be more upsetting for you.
Yeah. Well, I guess I thought you were talking about more like legal ramifications, right? Where he's like, okay,
he's
so
already kidnapping one person.
Well, no, he is bringing her to where her dad is, so that's just like relocation. The parent is there, right? So it's kidnapping because she doesn't want to leave. She's having a really good time on the date, you know. That's the problem. And then her dad's just like, no, you have to come home. Like, you're past curfew. You're getting grounded now, and you're getting grounded in an Arctic base. And with
also,
him,
I might be grounded.
Yeah, divorced. But you know, like with him, he's like, well, we don't have your parents okay to take you across state lines, right? If I take you across state lines, that's human trafficking, and like we're not like. I'm not buying you a plane ticket to take you to a different state. Like you're not willingly going.
Like before he throws the punch, he starts going on this like little spiel about how Ares is against human trafficking. In all forms.
Yeah. And so like he can't take Frankie Muniz's character across state lines because that's human trafficking. It's his whole thing. Yeah. And like if he's human trafficking, then he might as well just like go into politics, right?
Yeah. Wow. All right, that's still a fresh one.
I mean, like it would be great. If he had transported Frankie Muniz across state lines, he would be a senator for the state of Florida, and also would look like Syndrome Scrunchy Face.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We are gonna go ahead and move on. So he gets grounded, and then it is also like the two most gullible parents in the world when he finally sneaks out and like steals a bunch of government property.
He gives his 10-year-old brother $5,000.
Yeah, which in 2003
most
is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. He still has the money to pay for the plane, so it wasn't the whole thing.
But either way,
yeah,
like he
gave him way too much money. And then all the brother did was play the same fucking clip.
The most gullible parents. The most gullible parents, right?
Yeah.
And then the next note that I have here it was just, how did she change clothes? Like Hillary Duff, how did she change clothes? They just took her and they brought her to this. Like, I don't think that, you know, if you're kidnapping someone, you're going to take them back to their mansion, especially someone like
No, her
16.
dad was there. He had to change her clothes.
No, his dad, her dad was also just kidnapped.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
yeah.
Well, her dad was wearing like the same twill suit the entire time. Like, did he shower?
Well, he's a scientist. He has to dress like that in a movie.
Yeah, but like,
that's how you know he's a scientist.
I just don't think he showered though.
You know, he might have.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think that he showered.
He started getting scared of water.
He doesn't know how these movies. So if you opened his closet, right, in this movie,
it would be all
a
the
bunch
same.
of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No variety.
So then maybe that's the same thing with her. Like she has like her school outfit, and then it's just like the black tank top with the white.
That's
coat.
her kidnapped outfit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No. All of it makes sense now because that was my like next note where I'm just like, you just changed. That's not real.
My note was with that was like when the dude from John Wick's just like, how's she doing? He's like, she's trouble. And she's just pacing in a bubble. It's like, yeah, pacing's a whole lot of fucking issues.
Yeah, I'm like
raising a lot of eyebrows, causing a lot of problems, walking back and forth. You're only allowed to walk back.
How many days passed between her getting kidnapped and
hours,
them being
tops?
Yeah, maybe
I know,
one.
Because
maybe
I'm just
one
like
full day.
Because I'm like, yeah, if he brought her back there and they threw her in there and he just remembers her like fucking wall running on the car, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see why you would be like, she's trouble. She put up a pretty good fight. I just the most enigmatic part of that whole thing, right? Why is Frankie Muniz just in like a Thrasher hoodie? Like when he shows up, he's just in like a normal hoodie. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna hide from the fucking camera."
Well,
but
oh my god, that was so.
They saw you. They saw you already. Like the jig is up, my guy. Like, just why didn't you just stand like in front of the behind the camera?
Where he was fine, and then she just started asking too many questions, and he felt like he had to get close to make sure she heard him.
It was a contrivance. That was it.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
So again.
So the movie could happen.
So that the movie can happen. Yeah. A bunch of bullshit happens. They get caught, obviously, because he already showed up on the camera.
Well, you got to talk about the new gear. he took the car so that he could pay for a plane so that he could take the snowboard. And he only needed a hoodie because the jets on the snowboard kept him warm.
Yeah, and then like he got stuck upside down with the snowboard because it was too strong.
And it lit the tree on fire. And then when he turned it off, the tree stopped being on fire.
My whole shit with this was when Ronica shows up, right? In like the stupid jetpack, which is like the least efficient.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. I know that you can like go on like rides on that, right? But this is the problem, right?
When he tried face firsting?
Why you gotta stand like that? Like, why is it designed like that, where it just looks like a weird BDSM like dungeon toy? Because you're strapped in, right? And then because your legs have to be spread out. It's literally in Pulp Fiction. It's the X on the wall. That's literally what the fuck that is.
It's called a rack. It's like a torture device.
Thank you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the scene when Ving Rhames is about to get absolutely Shrek'd.
Well, he does get Shrek'd.
He does get, but right before he gets absolutely Shrek'd. But yeah, okay.
When he's pretty fucking far from okay.
So, sidebar. For that, I saw like the scene like, does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch?
Yeah.
And then it was him getting railed, and it's like then after that, it's like, well, actually,
yeah.
I think that's a meme format that was around for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Where it's like
less than that. It was like a one-off. Yeah.
So yeah, and then like all this shit happens. Like they get caught, right? And in the words of Jesse, not Sandra Bullock, hides one single explosive that somehow managed.
There were a couple.
There were several.
Were there several?
Yeah, she put down.
I just remember.
So it happened 3 times, and the implication was that she had been doing it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Because I was kind of passively watching at that point because I was pretty mentally checked out.
Yeah,
but I saw her place one down, and then I'm just like, but that's not enough explosives to kind of like blow.
It's a spy movie. You don't fucking know.
Yeah,
come
that's
on.
fair.
It's all about placement.
Yeah,
one was just in the middle of a platform.
In the second movie, Frankie has a roll of Mentos. That's like they're like little C4s and shit.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
At the end of the movie,
it's the one where he has to chew it and then like slap it on the thing.
No, that's Spy Kids.
That's Spy Kids.
So
okay.
Fucking,
we should watch that.
Yeah, that would be. So his brother, at the end of the movie, his brother opens up the shit and tries to eat a bunch at once, and Frankie like grabs him and throws him in a lake. That part of that movie is very good.
Yeah.
Did you catch that though when she like got Frankie onto the weird fucking
propeller and then
thing?
he tried to like face first
into boobs.
Yeah, and I'm like, divorced dad.
Yeah.
Listen, I know that I come up with a lot of really like like fucking stupid theories about movies that we watch.
Mm-hmm.
I am telling you that this movie was created for the divorced courts.
Yeah. Because she hit him with the
turn around, motherfucker.
Well, so one of the I think he was one of the producers of this movie was George Costanza. Was Jason Alexander.
Oh, okay. He is like he is the embodiment of just D4Cs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a name I know I've heard.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's George from Seinfeld.
Okay.
And then the next note that I have here, and I think you will know exactly what the note is. No guesses? No guesses?
I'd like to hear it.
He said no.
Yeah?
He goes, Frankie Muniz is like, let her go. And then the guy goes, no. And then everything blows up. And then that's pretty much like the end of the movie.
Okay, hold on. We're not going to glaze over the fact that Disney did like straight up body horror for a second.
No, that shit like unironically
crazy.
the last thing that I wrote here is she killed a guy.
Yeah.
She killed a guy and then like nobody fucking acknowledged it.
Yeah. The dude from The Mummy did. He's like, yo, I'm going to hold on to this idea because it's going to come back later in my career.
To be fair, nobody made it out of that base except for like those 4 people at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. No, they did.
And the guy from The Mummy. He had to bring it back later in his career.
They killed several dozen people just like that.
Oh,
because
more
that's what you have to do at the end of a Bond movie.
Yeah.
Everyone in the base dies except for the heroes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like how the whole thing was like, oh yeah, it'll interact differently with body heat and temperature and whatever. And like he eats it and he gets melted from the inside. The face gets the gross
I fucking
droopies.
loved. She puts it in his mouth and he does a Tom and Jerry gulp.
Yeah. Like, this is the thing, right? You've been kidnapped. You understand what the thing is. Like, what this ice cube is. You're a fucking sociopath. You're just like, well, you like held an ice cube to my nose and like it was really cold. So now I'm just gonna fucking murder you.
Okay, once again, one more time. All right, in defense of Agent Cody Banks, the person, you and I both know that that's the kind of girl that we would gravitate towards at that age.
That age? What the fuck are you saying, bro? Now?
I was trying to. I was trying to create a degree of separation between us and the audience. I don't know. Okay, well now you know that about us. We don't learn.
No, what the fuck? Like, if my wife can't like wake up one morning and just went, nah, I just don't want you to live right now. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's true. Yeah.
The danger is what keeps the spice in your relationship. This is how you don't end up in a situation where you write Agent Cody Banks. We do not support divorce in this house. However, we make content for divorcees.
We're profiteering.
I don't know how I feel about you making such bold statements in a building I own.
Well, anybody that lives in said building that is going through a divorce, I'm sorry. It's probably your fault.
Only guilty people listen to Real to Real.
Wait, okay. So before we actually get out of this and start doing ratings, did you guys know that people write like Joe Biden Obama fan fiction?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll talk about this in the post pod, but I just wanted the viewers to know about this.
Okay.
Yeah. It's incredible.
If it's happened already, by any chance, check out that conversation on the Patreon. I don't think it's going to be up. But if you're watching this 3 years from now, maybe it's up.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and do some ratings. It's the last movie of your month, so okay. I feel like do you want to go last or do you want to go first?
I'll go last.
Okay. Then Jesse, go first.
Fucking 3 out of 10.
Really? Wow. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
I think we're
problematic.
I'm gonna have to get on Glassdoor after this.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna start filing some shit on Indeed.
Yeah.
The pay is like exposure.
Yeah.
To nanobots.
Hell yeah. That's the funniest shit I've heard you say on the podcast.
5.5 bings out of 10 bongs.
Okay. And I'm gonna rate it 40,000 nanobots out of Ian McShane.
Okay. So that wraps it up for your birthday month.
Mm-hmm.
It's been it was overall very, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think you picked a bunch of really, really fun movies except for Pirates 2.
So I will say I think that a normal person would agree that I only picked fun movies.
Yeah.
Right. You have
I
your
don't know if anyone
about...
really thinks Lucky the Irish is a fun movie.
Okay.
Something's fucking wrong with
something
you, bro.
Something is absolutely wrong with you.
Shut the fuck up, both of you.
No. I ran this by an Irish person that wasn't you.
You literally
listen,
it, man. Jesse, you exist in a world where like it's just permanent brain rot, and all you want to do is watch animated movies and fucking like Pirates 1.
I want to talk to Keith.
Yeah?
Yeah, if Keith doesn't like it,
sure.
Fine.
We're just going to name drop the homie. Fuck it.
You can bleep it out.
No.
Because we're consulting for an opinion and not making fun of him.
It's like if he says it's not good, I'll think about it. But if you say you don't know what's good.
Yeah, dude, you're like, for the longest time, you were like, man, Trombone Shorty is like the Stanist. Like, fuck you. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know what Stanist is.
Oh man. Okay.
I've been to a couple concerts. Yeah. They're fun.
But yeah, that does it for my birthday month.
So next month we are doing
is sports movies.
Sports movies.
That's the theme. So Eric, why don't you start us off?
We are gonna go ahead and go back to the land of Disney.
Oh baby.
Right? It is
Back,
another.
we're already here. We're just continuing.
No, this is a Fox movie.
It's now Disney. We discussed that too.
It wasn't a Disney movie at the time.
Okay. Anyways, we're going back to the if you lived in the Chicagoland area, you would know that this was channel. You would know that this is what would be on channel 54 back in the day.
That's a huge throwback.
Yeah. If you had cable
crank
TV, right? And we are going to be watching Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, starring, I don't know who the main dude is, but I know that Rose McIver is in it, and she was in iZombie. She was the main character of iZombie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we are just here to make Jesse pay for making us watch Caddyshack.
Yeah,
that's what this podcast has turned into.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I think everyone else has.
I think I should secretly tell you what I'm going to pick for this month as well.
Oh yeah,
at some point, yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we get out, Victoria Justice. Hey, how are you doing? Okay.
That sounded like
man. Yeah. Like at this point, like
it's fine. Okay, bye.